Chaos and Miracle, that's Big Chill, DB's Hero, no good, that's a board wipe, no refill, we absolute bust overkill, that destiny, you adopted that, I'm a hero. Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary. Alright, so this is another one of my matches from locals this previous week, and this one was against a deck I've never played against, so you're gonna immediately see me start grabbing cards and reading them, but it's some kind of weird Dogmatika deck. Because I didn't know what was going on, I just go ahead and ash there, hope that it'll put an end to whatever he's gonna do. But you're gonna see him start off with Blue Boy there into Majesty's Lady here, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna see secrets into the spell card that allows them to draw two, but nope, it ends up being Spell Book of Judgment. Yeah, so this is about to get crazy. There goes the triple tactics talents also, so he's about to draw two right there. And this deck ended up being some kind of Dogmatika deck that has the ability to destroy like most of your extra deck, which is pretty crazy. There was somebody who started watching after a little bit of the controversy started, and he was saying that this deck gets more powerful later on. So yeah, you'll see the Spell Book of Judgment come down there with the normal summon of the Ecclesia. He's going to use it to go search out this ritual monster. I want to say it's Al-Dia or Al-Baba or something or whatever, but he's going to ritual summon it. And yeah, it's got like a crazy effect that like destroys like half of my extra deck. So he's gonna send the 5-headed dragon to go ahead and special summon this ritual monster, and then that continuous spell that he has down there on the board allows him, if he has a ritual monster, he can like go through my extra deck and get rid of one of my cards. So you're about to see, I believe, DPE disappear here. And yeah, he gets to go through my extra deck, and he's going to make my DPE disappear. I do believe it was DPE. And looking. Yep, there goes the DPE. And then this effect is like, I look at like half, or he looks at like half of the extra deck, or like for every 2 cards in the extra deck, I have to discard one of mine's. And so, but like the thing was like it had an effect where it's like 2 different effects. It says your opponent gets to pick one of the effects. So I was like, how come I can't just pick the effect that makes me return basically like an extra deck monster back to my extra deck? But we ended up like ruling it, I guess, the way he was saying it works on Master Duel, and you know the way Naman said it ended up working, and you know we just ended up coming to an agreement after the long discussion and asking a couple people, is that if you don't have an extra deck monster on the board, you cannot select the option to return the extra deck monster to the extra deck. So you have to choose the first option, which makes me like discard like half of my extra deck to the graveyard. And so after agreeing to a 10-minute time extension, I just go ahead and, you know, give up on the, you know, thing, and I just start discarding stuff from my extra deck. You know, see, I end up having to throw away like 6 cards, but you can also do a combination of cards in hand. And since I figured he was doing this deck, and I was just like, he's probably not playing any hand traps, so I go ahead and get rid of the Call by the Grave also, so that I can keep my other monsters inside of my extra deck. I figure like these might be the ones that I need in order to try to help me win the game. So then he tried to activate the effect to make him look at the extra deck again, but I told him you already did it. So it's like he looks through my graveyard, and I'm like, yeah, you picked DPE and stuff already. So yeah, that. Then this guy comes out by banishing like a bunch of stuff from my graveyard, like extra deck monsters, and yeah, so you know, pretty crazy there. But it does end up being his 5th summon. I'm gonna go ahead and nib him there. But like this thing has like just like the 2 monsters by themselves were like had stats that were like 3K. So this is like a huge nib token in attack and defense. It's got like 7K defense and like 9K attack or something like that. It was just huge. Yeah, we're just gonna proceed to the end phase here. He's gonna resolve the Spell Book of Judgment, and I was trying to let him know that, you know, hey, you played triple tactics before you played Spell Book of Judgment, so you're only going to get 2 adds there, because he was trying to add 3 of them. So yeah, he just goes and gets the I think he only activated one, so he just goes and gets the spell book of power for the following up turn. But, you know, unfortunately, my hand, I just wasn't able to do anything with it. So, yeah, you're going to see this nib token start to put in work here. And, yeah, I'm just not going to, for some reason, like, my hands this week were just not all that great with this deck. When I played it previously, you know, I piloted it all the way to first place, and it was, you know, pretty on point, pretty good. It just wasn't happening for me this week. I did end up making a top 8, but yeah. So there you see the Nadir Servant, the Entis, the Pop My Back Row. It was Book of Eclipse. I do believe you cannot flip tokens face down, so I don't even bother to activate it. And you'll see the Maximus come down. And this is pretty much like the rest of my extra deck. My extra deck is just like disappearing more and more here. You're going to see him send the Omega, which I believe, the Omega and the Herald, which is going to allow him to search out like some kind of fairy and stuff. And yeah, it's just like at this point, like, it's just really, really bad for me because he's got like Ecclesia out here. Then he's also going to have the what's the guy that can pop down and negate stuff. I want to say, I keep thinking that his name is Fenrir, but it's not like Fenrir. But oh, Fleur de Lis. Yeah, there goes the Fleur de Lis. And yeah, these monsters are just like too much for me. I just can't do anything. You see the Titaniclad get sent there. And yeah, this nib token has like no defense, so I'm about to get smacked in the face here really, really hard. There goes the spell book of faith, and he goes to attack. And we're going to go ahead and special summon out the Spirit of Neos. Fortunately, he cannot be destroyed by battle, so we're good here. And I believe his effect, it happens on summon, or it's like one effect when he gets special summoned to the board, and then he gets to search for the spell or trap card. And I just go ahead and search here, looking to see what's inside my extra deck, what can still be gotten from here. We're going to go ahead and take the end shuffle because I don't have any more. Like, I think I have one more target for instant contact, but I don't have the life points in order to be able to activate it. But yeah, here comes the floor, reading the Fleur de Lis so I can see exactly how it works. And I do believe he added another Maximus to his hand off of the Titaniclad, I do believe. So yeah, my turn comes in, and I think like my best option here is to try to end shuffle my Spirit of Neos back into the deck, get Stratos, and then use Stratos to go search Vion, and then Vion to try to make a play. But of course, with Fleur de Lis, yeah, he just goes ahead and negates the Stratos there with the Fleur de Lis. And I do believe that leaves me with no other play. So yeah, we're just gonna have to go ahead and scoop this one up. Like, yeah, just deleting a lot of your opponents like extra decks options like really, really suck. So yeah, that was game 1. Yeah, I got extra deck looped or something like that. That's what we'll call it. So now going into game 2, I am going to go ahead and decide to go first, and we are going to attempt to hand loop my opponent. But guess what? All we're going to end up doing is setting a back row and passing. Like I said, just for some reason today, my hands were just, you know, really, really bad. I see I have like Crosskeeper, and I believe I have Mally there, just like no E-Hero to go with it. Well, I have Liquid Soldier, but like there's no other warrior to get out on board to be able to do anything with. He's going to go ahead and spell Book of Secrets. I'm going to go ahead and ash that, because if he goes to get blue, well, maybe I could have waited till he did the spell Book of Knowledge thing. I probably should have waited to ash that, but I think like at that point I was just like kind of upset. So I just started like doing stuff, you know, kind of a little bit triggered here at the performance of my deck. That's like 2 hands in a row that I just hadn't been able to do anything with. So there you'll see the Spellbook of Power. He's got the ritual thing again that allows him to, you know, look at my extra deck and get rid of stuff. And there goes the ritual card. When he flips it, when he goes to activate it, that is D barrier there. I am going to go ahead and call ritual to keep him from ritual summoning against me. They were checking to see if it was a cost for him to send And yeah, there goes the Majestus lady. Then down comes the Ecclesia to go ahead and search here. And I do believe he's going to have to search for the Fleur de Lis, maybe. No, he goes ahead and searches for Maximus. But I didn't think he had a way to summon out the Maximus here. Oh, no, he does, because he's got the Majestus lady. So he could have summoned, I think he could have summoned the Maximus here. But yeah, he's going to go ahead and resolve the spell book of Judgment and add the 2 spell books from his deck to his hand. Then turn will pass to me. And there's the Crosskeeper there to go ahead and special summon out my Shadow Mist. Choose not to activate his effect because I don't feel like Mass Change will help me, and I really need to get the Shadow Mist effect to add a hero from deck to hand. So we're going to go ahead and use those 2 to go ahead and get the Assault. And now I'm just trying to decide like the best 2 cards to grab here to go ahead and OTK my opponent, because I need to kill him here. I really don't want to give him another turn. We're going to go ahead and add Vion off of the Shadow Mist, and with Assault we go ahead and add Ferris. And yeah, well, we go ahead and switch that out for Vanilla Neos. I was trying to decide which one was the better one to do. We're going to go ahead and use Assault's second effect by sending the Durandal to special summon Renaud. Renaud to grab back Durandal. Durandal to go grab my Fire Flint lady. And you're going to see the Fire Flint lady drop down here. We're going to use her effect to special summon out Vion. Vion to send, of course, we send Mally Boy. Then we're going to banish that Shadow Mist to go ahead and add our Polymerization here. And yeah, so pretty much from this point, you know, we got, you know, full access code talker here, just trying to make sure that he dies for sure. We're going to banish Mally to special summon out Mally. And, you know, we'll be able to link these off into Unicorn and then into also our access code talker. So you'll go ahead and see these 2 link off. Well, those link off there into Cross Sheep. And I'm activate the Polymerization, fusing the Mally and the Vanilla Neos to go ahead and bring out Sunrise. We're going to go Chain Link 1 Cross Sheep, Chain Link 2 Miracle Fusion. And I think I actually did I make a mistake here, because I really wanted to be able to special summon out a monster that would be useful to me. No, I don't think there was anything else like I could have special summoned out correctly, but we're going to go ahead and special summon out the Renaud. We're going to banish the Liquid Soldier and we're going to banish off the Liquid Soldier and the Vanilla Neos, and we're going to go ahead and get Liquid Soldier's effect here and Cross Keeper's effect here. So we're going to draw 4 cards, discard 1 and put 1 to the bottom. And we're going to link 3 here into the Unicorn. Then we'll use the Unicorn and the Big Chill to go ahead and make our access code talker. And yeah, just go ahead and put an end to that game right there. And now going into game 3, I sided out like a Hero Lives, Instant Contact, like anything that would do damage to me. I went ahead and sided it out and sided in as many hand traps as I had available to myself. And, you know, my opponent starts off with the Nadir Servant. I'm going to immediately go ahead and Ghost Belle it. I feel like in these kind of situations, I don't know if his deck has the ability to burn, but in order to save myself a lot of time, I don't want to wait and let him like start comboing and doing stuff where I just rather, you know, immediately try to attempt to end his turn. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the Nadir Servant there with the Ghost Belle, which you can do because Nadir Servant does include the effect to add from the graveyard to the hand. So he still gets the Dogmatika ritual monster out there with the continuous spell. So he's going to go ahead and hit my access code talker. And, you know, one of the things I did, like, I kind of baited him into doing the access code talker, because I just kept saying to myself, there goes my access code talker. Well, I was saying it out loud, there goes my access code talker, because, you know, I used it to finish him off last turn, and I really didn't want him to hit my DPE, because my hand, you know, was basically like, I'm going to have to special summon DPE in order to win this game. So, yeah, then he forces me to dump those extra deck monsters, and, you know, that was pretty much like the end of his turn. We're going to start off with Vion to send Shadow Mist there. And I think it had like some crazy effect where it can't be targeted by card effect or destroyed by card effect or something. And yeah, so like I was trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to get over and past this thing, because it has like so much defense and stuff too. So now there goes the Fusion Destiny come down. Yeah, with this build, I only had room for like 1 DPE inside of my extra deck, so I really didn't want him to hit my DPE with that Ritual Continuous card. And yeah, so you're gonna see me send those two, trying to go as fast as possible here, because the only out that I basically have to this card is to go ahead and plasma him. So yeah, you're gonna see that stuff come down. There goes Deny Your Effect. Y'all know how this stuff works. We're gonna go ahead and bring that back out, use Denier's effect to special summon himself back out to the grave, and we'll be able to tribute those for plasma, activate plasma effect to get the ritual monster equipped, proceed into battle phase, and just like attack for a bunch of damage here. And yeah, he's not going to be able to come back from that. There goes the Nadir Servant, and it's like, yeah, he can send the Intis and he'll be able to pop one of them. But, you know, either one of them that he pops is going to, you know, just not turn out exactly the way he wants it to, because either way he's going to have to deal with either the DPE pop or he's going to have to deal with the plasma. And yeah, there goes the summon of Maximus there. I was checking to see if his effect is on summon. I'm just going to go ahead and DPE pop him to avoid him sending extra deck cards to be able to do crazy things. And our set card was Book of Eclipse. So yeah, we played some crazy weird deck that, you know, tried to destroy our extra deck. And yeah, we just picked like the cards that were least effective, kind of baited him into hitting the access code talker instead of my DPE in order to win that game there. So, you know, when you playing your games, you know, just try to use all knowledge available to yourself in order to win, because I definitely talked him into hitting that access code talker there, knowing that I needed my DPE, and that's what he hit the first time. So, you know, it's a little vet move there. So yeah, appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Man, he come through, he level up, he go through, he's shining out and popping to over 9K. That's a breakthrough. We on top now. Here's a look at our world.